Enough. Just do as I say. Quinton's voice was cold and devoid of emotions that he was speaking to Harvey Lane, his personal doctor and best friend. Harvey glanced at me, and a flicker of unease crossed his face. I was lying motionless on the hospital bed, my face ashen. After hesitating momentarily, Harvey tried to persuade Luke. Luke, Natalie's mother has always treated you like her own son. Maybe it's just a misunderstanding? Why don't we wait a bit more? I'm worried that Natalie. A loud crash echoed through the air, followed by Luke's roar. How can it be a misunderstanding? Melanie Smith was a homewrecker. Natalie is no better. If she had any self-respect, she wouldn't have slept with me 6 years ago. She's just a toy to me, always eager to please at the slightest gesture. I've already done more than enough for her. Harvey sighed at Luke's rage, and his shoulders dropped in resignation. Fine. Just don't regret it later. Luke sneered. Regret? I don't know the meaning of that word. Harvey sighed again as he shook his head, and he looked at me with pity in his gaze. By the way, I just examined Natalie's legs. Although they were crushed, the damage isn't as severe as it looks. She'll need surgery, but she should be able to dance again soon with proper rehabilitation. Luke's expression darkened. Why bother? Amputate them. Make sure she never stands again. Harvey sucked in a sharp breath and frantically said, Isn't that too much, Luke? Natalie just lost her mother, and now you're taking away the one thing she's most proud of? If you stop her from dancing again, isn't that the same as killing her? Luke gently brushed a stray lock of hair from my forehead. His touch was soft, but his words were sharp. Queenie doesn't like seeing Natalie dance. She'll only be happy once Natalie is completely crippled. And if that makes her smile, I'll do whatever it takes. I don't care how much blood gets on my hands. Luke paused for a moment, then continued. Perhaps it's for the best if she loses her legs. That way, she won't turn out like her mother in the future, throwing herself at any man who crosses her path. If she behaves, I might consider keeping her around. Like a pet. Harvey knew there was no changing Luke's mind. With a heavy sigh, he motioned for the doctors to come in. The wheels of the gurney rattled against the floor as they pushed me toward the operating room that I wanted to scream and fight, but the icy anesthesia seeped into my veins and pulled me under. Somewhere in the haze, I heard Luke's assistant, Michael Judd, talk. Mr. Quinton, the driver and his family have been sent to Meldora. Just as you instructed, we gave them $5 million. They'll never show their faces in front of Ms. Johnson again. Good. Luke said before turning to Harvey. One more thing. Natalie always cared about her looks. Make sure the amputation is clean. I don't want her waking up and being upset over an ugly scar. I felt a bone-deep chill spreading through my limbs. My vision went black, and I lost consciousness completely. When I woke up again, the surgery was over. I was lying in a lavish VIP hospital room. The empty space where my legs used to be and the excruciating pain reminded me that none of this was a dream. It turned out that the 6-year relationship I had with him was nothing but a lie from the start that I was unable to hold back and broke down in tears. Just then Luke rushed in. He looked panicked as he grabbed my hand. His face was filled with concern, and there was clear distress in his eyes. The doctor said the injuries to your legs were too severe, so they had to amputate them. But don't worry, I'll be your crutch for the rest of your life. I'll take care of you forever. The sorrow in Luke's eyes seemed genuine, but all I could feel was disgust that I turned my face away. Clinging to the last sliver of hope, I asked, Where's my mother? I want to see her. A flicker of guilt flashed across his face. He lowered his head and gently kissed my forehead, then said, She's in critical condition. She's still in the ICU. I clutched his shirt tightly and pleaded, Take me to see her, please? I wanted to at least see my mother one more time, just to say goodbye. Luke frowned, then forcefully tucked my hand back under the blanket. His tone left no room for argument as he said, Don't worry and just rest, okay? You're not in any condition to move. We'll see her another time. I fell silent and let the ache spread in my heart. For the next few days, Luke refused to hire a nurse. He took it upon himself to change the bandages on my stumps every day. The foul smell of the infected wound filled the room, but Luke treated it like it was a precious gem. He handled my wounds carefully without a hint of disgust. When he saw how depressed I was, Luke assumed it was the hospital environment I disliked. So he arranged for my discharge and took me home. As soon as we stepped through the door, the familiar scent of my mother filled the air. For the first time in days, I allowed myself a smile. Seeing that my mood had improved, Luke sighed in relief and quickly found an excuse to leave. That I wheeled myself over to the locked door of a room that it was Luke's study. He never allowed anyone in here, and he had never given me the password for the fingerprint lock. That I thought about it for a while, and an idea crossed my mind. That I entered the digits for Queenie's birthday. Sure enough, the door clicked open, revealing a room full of photos. They were everywhere, on the walls, the floor, even the ceiling. And in every photo, without exception, was Queenie. The computer on the desk emitted a faint glow, and I clicked it open. What I saw next made my entire body tremble. The screen was filled with text, plans for revenge against me and my mother. Luke's WhatsApp account was logged in, one I'd never seen before. It was likely a secondary account. The pinned contact? Darling. The chat log, aside from some crude flirtations, was filled with private videos of me, completely in my birthday suit. Luke, are you filming so many videos of Natalie because you think she's better than me? You're not falling in love with her, are you? Don't say such nonsense, Queenie. You're like the bright moon in the sky, while Natalie is just filthy, rotten mud. She can't even compare to you. Everything I've done is for revenge. Every second I spend with her disgusts me. I'll pretend to marry her, then, at her happiest moment, I'll release these videos and ruin her. Queenie, be good and wait for me. You'll be my wife soon. I love you. On the desk, there were dozens of wedding photos of Luke and Queenie in various styles. The date on the photos? The very day my mother and I had the accident. That I felt my heart shatter completely. With trembling hands, I dialed an international number. Dad, I've made up my mind. I'll go to Meldora. Please erase my current identity for me.